if you never acknowledge that there has been 50 years of failed redistribution, right? So you create this gap that in people that don't vote, fine, we don't care about them. That's the whole point, by the way. The Labour Party worked out, whether they did it consciously of this or not, they didn't need the votes of many hundreds of thousands of traditional Labour voters. And so if they stopped voting, it didn't matter, which means they've been forgotten. That's a very dangerous community of people. But even more dangerous are, the Middle England Tory voters that are feeling the same consequences at their level, right? But have voted with their feet, first with Brexit and now what they're threatening with reform. So that's if we don't change how the system works, and we can never acknowledge or say a word like redistribution that gets parked in mad lefty sort of pigeonhole over here. Meanwhile, it's normal everywhere else in Western Europe. If we can't ever recognise that that's at the heart of the failure here, then it just continues to spiral out of control. And that's why my hope is that Burnham, who has been a very vocal, in fact, the lead voice in the sort of Labour for a New Democracy communities operating, in the Labour Party, so a fringe group that have done a lot of very hard work to try and work out how to get PR into the Constitution. They've done that successfully. They've won over many of the big unions and so on. So there's actually more formal support for PI than there's ever been in the Labour Party, and I think probably across England. Their champion has been Burnham. He said he's still pro-PR. I think he's ruled it out for this Parliament. He did that maybe about a year ago.
So he's assuming he's going to win again, and yet he's leaving a system in place that's going to make it less likely that they'll win again.
I know. Relatively recently, including this year, there were paths that worked out by that group and other sort of like pro-PR campaigners that we'd have traced to say, right, if we do this and we need a bill here and you need so much support there, that in this Parliament, there was still time to get PR in. Yeah. I think he's saying, look, he needs to establish his credibility, assuming, maybe I'm being sort of like romantically naive here, but just indulge me, right? He's saying, I need to get credible, which means I need a right leanings of Chancellor, so maybe that's going to be Wes Streeting. I need the markets to be calm and also the mad establishment press that are going to prime to say it's another Corbyn at any given moment. Get past that, get PR into the manifesto, win another election, and there, right, it would be your chance to get there. That's some job, okay? That's some path, but that is your best hope, which brings us back to Scotland where, we say, we're off.